So Faris, do you want to explain or at least answer what is your preferred trading platform?
Well, that's an easy one. You can go to any platform to lose your Bitcoins.
Yeah. All right.
For those of you listening, we do not endorse or advocate trading.
This is a Bitcoin Basics podcast with your host Ferris, that's me, and Gordon from CoinCompass.com. We're Bitcoin advisors and educators supporting business and individual investors to safely buy, store, and control their private keys, Bitcoins. This podcast is strictly educational and is not intended to be financial, investment, or legal advice. Full disclaimer in the show notes and at the end of this episode.
Well, hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us for another 30 days of Bitcoin. We are day 7 of our journey, and this journey is basically helping everyone and anyone who's listening to understand the pure basics of Bitcoin. We want to avoid going to deep technical, financial, or economic detail. It's just answering those simple questions that you might have about Bitcoin. And you may submit these questions at coincompass.com/ask. And today's date is Friday, the 27th of March. It is 8:36 GMT time. And Gordon, what block are we on the blockchain? And what is today's question?
So we're at block 623147, and the current price is $6,692, at least according to Bitstamp. And before we get to the questions, can you please subscribe if you're listening or watching this on YouTube, and hit that bell icon to get the latest updates emailed to you. So let's go ahead and listen to today's questions.
Hi, I was just wanting to know what's your preferred platform for trading cryptocurrency on.
Thanks for that question. We're getting some fantastic questions through, so keep them coming. coincompass.com/ask. Share with your friends and family. So Faris, do you want to explain or at least answer what is your preferred trading platform?
Well, that's an easy one. You can go to any platform to lose your Bitcoins.
Yeah. All right.
For those of you listening, we do not endorse or advocate trading. We do recommend you look at TradingView. It's a free charting platform. It just gives you a good idea of where the Bitcoin price is, and we do update people on price. But yeah, we don't encourage day trading. I've got 5 or 6 years of professional trading where I did it full time, and yeah, trading Bitcoin is incredibly difficult. I stopped trading Bitcoin on margin. Now, what that means is, for example, if you wanted to buy $6,000 worth of Bitcoin or trade $6,000 worth of Bitcoin, you could do that at 10%. So you submit $600 and then you can trade $6,000 worth. But the more the price moves against you, the faster you're going to lose your money. And because Bitcoin can be so volatile, it does result in a lot of losses. So I can tell you what I'm doing now, where I will buy Bitcoin on Bitstamp, and I will sell some of it if I think it's just gone up too high and needs a pullback, and then buy it when I think it's come down. I don't do that on margin, and that's more on a 1 to twice a month. If you wanted to ignore us and you want to learn the lesson the hard way, there are some very good platforms such as Binance that you can go to. If you wanted to be incredibly risky and lose sleep and do incredibly high margins, you can go to BitMEX. They're the ones that I'm most familiar with. What about you, Gordon? What's your personal experiences?
Well, I believe the name is BitMexico, and it's not Binance. It's called a shitcoin casino. So let's just get the terminology right first. You can basically trade on pretty much any platform, and I won't go over what Farah said, but it really depends on whether you're beginner or advanced, whether you want to trade like spot price, which is like the actual Bitcoin or derivatives or margin trading or whatever. But at the end of the day, if you go to coinmarketcap.com and if you click on Bitcoin to list all the exchanges, which I did about 5-10 minutes ago, there are more than 400 exchanges. And I went through the top 20 exchanges. I hadn't heard of a single one of those. So I would say at least for people in the West, the main sort of exchanges would be Coinbase Pro, Bitstamp, Kraken, and Binance. Again, it really depends on whether you're beginner or advanced. Some of the interfaces are absolutely horrible. I'm sorry, Kraken, but your interface totally sucks. Binance's interface is actually, it's okay. Their mobile interface is actually quite good. So it kind of depends on where you are with your trading. And Faris mentioned some of the other places where you can trade with margin. But I kind of like Binance, to be honest, because they really have the most liquidity, and that's really what you want. You don't want to be stuck in some kind of illiquid trading pair on some little exchange in your own country or something like that. So, sorry. Yep.
Sorry to interrupt you, Gordon, but yeah, with that, some of our listeners might not know what that means, liquidity.
It basically means how many people are buying and selling. So if there's very few trades on a platform, there's very few volume, not many people buying and selling, you could, for example, want to buy Bitcoin, but because there aren't many people selling Bitcoin, you're either going to have to buy Bitcoin at an extremely high price, so you're going to pay a massive premium for it, and what we're talking about last episode, the spread between the buying and selling is quite large. And also, once you've bought Bitcoin and you want to sell it, you might not be able to sell at a decent price, especially if Bitcoin's going down. You might have to sell, 20% under what you want to actually sell it at. So liquidity is king when it comes to trading.
Yeah, that's actually a really good point. So volume and liquidity are two different things. So volume is the amount of trades that are being done. Liquidity is the dollar value of those trades. So you could have a lot of liquidity, but very little volume, meaning the amount of Bitcoins or trades exchanging could be worth millions. You could have a lot of volume, but very little liquidity, meaning you could have several hundred thousands of trades in one day, but they're all for under a couple of dollars. So you want to see, as Gordon said, high liquidity, because it means it's going to be very difficult for one party to manipulate the price. And that's why I like Bitstamp and Binance, as Gordon mentioned, because there's a lot of liquidity in there. You can't get one person coming in and heavily influencing the price.
Do you want to learn how to safely buy and securely store your Bitcoins?
Coin Compass is running a free 2-hour webinar on Sunday, the 19th of April.
For session times and to register, go to coincompass.com/webinar.
And you know me, I can't go through a podcast without mentioning privacy. On some exchanges, you will have to create an account and verify yourself. So with a passport and a selfie with an ID and all that kind of stuff. Some exchanges, you don't have to actually do that. So for example, on Binance, you can withdraw and deposit up to 2 Bitcoins without having to do any of that identification, which by the way is called KYC, Know Your Customer. And again, this is not a recommendation or endorsement of those services, but if you did want to create an account on Binance, if you sign up to an account using coincompass.com/Binance, and as far as mentioned before, we like the charting platform TradingView. So same with that. If you go to coincompass.com/TradingView.
Excellent. All right, thank you. And as we mentioned earlier, please, if you have any questions, anything to do with Bitcoin, go to coincompass.com/ask and submit your question, and we'll answer it. And Gordon, what else can people find at coincompass.com?
They can find a treasure trove of amazing free content, including video guides, ebooks, this podcast, newsletters, weekly emails, and many, many more.
No, well, thank you for your questions. And as Gordon said, please remember to recommend us, rate us, review us. And we look forward to seeing you at our next podcast.
Thanks for watching or listening. Please visit coincompass.com/free to register to our socials and discover other free content. Subscribing, liking, and following helps this content remain ad-free. Until next time.